Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a new story. The name of the story is What If Betrayed Naruto Was Protected by Sage of the Sixth Path. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. Now before continuing this, today is going to be a double upload on one here and the other one on Meta What If as usual, but the stories might be somewhat similar because I kind of wrote them down on the notebook, like the idea and the context, and I came up with two ideas, and they too are going to be uploaded today. So I hope you guys enjoy both of these. Stay tuned for Meta What If one. It's already made, and yeah, I uploaded it already, and now I'm making this one, which you will be listening to first. So yeah, I just wanted to clear this out. If you guys see the similarities, it's because I, wrote down the both ideas at the same time. Anyways, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel and comment down your suggestions and ideas and recommendations in the comment section, because tomorrow I will be picking ideas from there. And without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins 13 years after the Kyuubi attack in Konoha Gakure Sato. As we go towards the council chamber where we see Tsunade Senju was seated with a frown on her face. "I cannot believe this," she said. "I was busy doing the operation on the kid and the others who were injured by the Uchiha in the retrieval mission. And you're asking me to punish them? Why?" "It is as I said, Tsunade. When I speak on the behalf of the whole council," said Danzo Shimura, one of the elders. "They need to be punished because they have failed to achieve their task. Sasuke Uchiha was the last Uchiha loyal to Konoha. And he has deserted now, gone to Orochimaru, our biggest enemy, with our secrets and the prized Jutsu of the Sharingan. Konoha doesn't have that anymore. It has been with Konoha since the beginning of the village itself. Your grandfather, do not involve my grandfather into this, Danzo. And focus on the current issue. Don't twist the story." "Fine. Naruto Uzumaki and the others might not be so much as important as the Sasuke Uchiha was. He was an asset to Konoha, which has now fallen into the enemy's hand. The worst one from Konoha, a deserter, a traitor. Don't you ever thought for a moment that Sasuke went on his own accord? Sakura Haruno confirmed that when she came with the news that she has been the one who was in contact with Sasuke at the last. The girl's mother suggests that it was other way around. After the missions, she would talk about the missions and always would suggest that Naruto Uzumaki was quite jealous and always, quote-unquote, in between them working together. And for that, I would like to present Sakura Haruno here. Is that fine, Mebuki-san?" Mebuki, the representative of the civilian council members and the spokesperson for them, then allowed this, as Sakura was brought there. "Sakura." "Kage-sama. What is going on? I was told to come here. Everything is fine, girlie. Now tell us, what went out on the missions with Naruto? Like you told your mother. Mother, you spoke about them?" "Sakura, speak and tell the truth, the one you told me." "Naruto, he was jealous of Sasuke, but he pulled his own weight and see, Sakura did say that he was jealous of Sasuke, and he was the last one to fight alongside Sasuke. He returned barely alive. He had two gaping holes in his chest, a wound mark from Chidori that he learned from Kakashi Hatake, his sensei." As Sakura gasped in horror as both of her hands were on her face. "No, that isn't right. Sasuke wouldn't do that." "But there are visible marks. Go and visit Naruto." "No, we need her here right now. Mother, please stop this. Naruto, he never harmed anyone. If anything, he was just jealous and a little bit of competitive with Sasuke, but that is how boys are." But everything meant that Sakura said on deaf ears, because all they were picking up on was that he was jealous of Sasuke. And because of his jealousy and him being the last one to approach Sasuke, he deliberately lost and let him get away. And because of that, the civilian council now had a reason to banish him or to punish him, but they were gonna make sure that the boy was punished. As now we see, Sakura was shaking and she was scared, beyond scared. As now we see, Naruto has been barely able to wake up and he was surrounded by Anbus, who were forming a protective barrier around him. What is going on? Said Naruto in a trembling voice, as Kakashi was the one who spoke that was near him. Everything is going to be fine, Naruto. We have to get you somewhere safe. But as Naruto was about to leave, some of the other Anbus arrived and told them to stand aside. We have the orders from the daimyo himself. Stand aside or otherwise you will be considered traitors. Seeing that the orders were authentic, the Anbus have no choice but to stand aside. Because the daimyo, he held more strength than the Hokage. When Naruto was brought, his hand tied in front of the whole crowd. He was tied to a post. And there, his vision was blurry as Sakura and his friends, he could see that they were trying to get to him, visibly shaken and scared. What is going on? As that is when he saw Jiraiya and Tsunade as well. No, Naruto! This is obnoxious. Observe, why are you doing this? He's barely recovered. But they're all sayings fell on deaf ears, as Danzo Shimura then stood up. Today we are here to punish someone who has threatened us before. Someone who has let us down to ruin before anyone now. And today is the day he will pay for his crimes. The punishment has been arranged by the choice of the people. He will be burned to death. As Naruto's friends screamed in horror, as Tsunade, she tried her best, but the Anbus were holding her back. Chakra suppressors were on her, and even still, she was literally like a bull being contained by 8 to 10 men. And even then, they were having a hard time containing her back. Jiraiya, he was tied with chakra suppressor metal chains. Damn it, kid, run! You have to break free. As Naruto, seeing this, was shocked. Why were they doing this? But why? What did I do? You let Sasuke Uchiha get away. You destroyed Konoha before, and you were trying to destroy us now from within. Once you didn't have your failed Kyuubi, but no longer shall we be destroyed like this, tormented like this by the likes of you. We will make an example out of you and make the world realize that we of Konoha, we are not to be messed with. As Naruto was shocked beyond anything. Are these guys for real? Were they really gonna do this? But that is when the flames were lit, and it surrounded him. But somehow, he wasn't burned. He just stood there and passed out. No, Naruto! Yelled out Sakura and the others as Kakashi, he was trembling. His hand, it began to twitch until it cracked and was now in the form of a fist. As he gritted his teeth, damn it all, as he charged. But Naruto didn't see a thing, but he could hear. No, Kakashi! And suddenly there was a slash sound. Kakashi had been stabbed straight throughout the chest. Naruto's eyes snapped open and widened as Kakashi stood there, barely inches away from him, as he fell to his knees and to the right side, dead. No, not like this. Naruto had seen someone who he considered his sensei, his older brother, die in front of him. But if that wasn't alone, because the tragedy was beginning, Iruka was next, and he died with a shuriken star embedded into his neck. No, please stop! We're tormenting him. Let's kill them all who are supporting of the Kyuubi. So they grabbed onto Jiraiya, and Jiraiya was stabbed next. And next was Tsunade. Kid, Run. The Ichirakus, they were the following ones. And then was Shizune. Even young Hinata was killed. Shikamaru, he was ready to die. He even arrived there with Choji and Ino, but this sensei told him to stand down. And even Naruto did. But as soon as they were about to do so, Danzo nodded and they were attacked. No! Naruto was on the verge of losing it. Yes, know how it feels to lose loved ones. QB. Says the civilians, especially Mabuki Haruno. Sakura watched in horror and disgust. This monster of a bitch was her mother? She too regretted losing her father in the QB attack, but Naruto wasn't the cause of it. In fact, Naruto saved Sakura multiple times. No. All of them are dead. And Naruto? He looked up to the heavens as if asking for help for anyone. But a person watching this had enough. Naruto was already broken beyond anything. And that is when he emerged. The one with the ripples in his eyes. The sage of the sixth path. And he was beyond furious. It seems that you have successfully welcomed your doom. And with a few hand seals, those who had died were revived. Instantly, their souls were brought back, alongside with the two other souls. And those were Minato and Kushina's. As they stood next to Naruto, who was freed now, and on the ground. What is going on here? Who are you? I am the one they call the Sage of the Sixth Path, Agoromo Otsutsuki. And I have had enough with these people. I gave you all chakra so that you can combine your culture, learn from one another, and form bonds stronger than any other. But what you have done is turned that into a weapon. Weapon of greed, mass destruction, and tyranny. It ends today, beginning with you. And a hand seal was made. Stop him, said Danzo, but it was too late. A massive shockwave burst was sent. They all were dead on the ground. All those who held hatred, all those who held malice in their heart, all those who have wronged, every one of them died. And surprisingly enough, but not shockingly, it was the whole Konoha, except for the Konoha 11, some of the few civilians, and most of the shinobis, and the Ichirakus, and the ones who have been revived. The rest, they were wiped out. I usually don't do this. I condemn killing, but in this case it was necessary. And you, my dear boy, because of me, because of the prophecy that I placed on you, have suffered long enough. What do you mean by that, Sage? Says Jiraiya. The prophecy that the Toad Sage gave you, it was given to him by me. But the prophecy was only half. There was other half of the prophecy, in which I saw myself doing this exact thing, destroying everything. I feared, and that is why I preferred and forced the first part, the part in which Naruto would have been the savior, uniting the whole elemental nation, becoming the bridge between the shinobi nations and the Bijus. But it seems that is what they don't want anymore. All they want is power. I should have known. I should have known better not to tamper with prophecies. And for that I apologize, because you almost lost everything. And as for you, Minato, Kushina, you don't need to worry about anything at all. Your deal with the Shinigami has been settled. All of these people's souls have been sent to them. As Now we see Minato and Kushina were shocked as Naruto stood up. Thank you. But, what am I gonna do now? You don't have to do anything. You all either can live or move on somewhere safe. Leave the prophecy to me now, because it is me who will decide the fate of this world. And it is time that I tie the loose ends that have been destroying this world from within. Me and my clan was never supposed to arrive here, but they did out of their greed, and that greed has been now settled into everyone, except for a given few. And so, giving them the blessing, Hagoromo left. As Naruto, he was shocked but happy to meet his parents. And the others, they all joined together. What now? Tsunade-sama? Sakura. Now we live. We live here and rebuild this village. Because Konoha, the old one, it had died and turned into a greedy monster. It's like a phoenix, an ancient bird, said Jiraiya, who rises from its own ashes. Konoha soon will do that too. All my life I chased prophecy, not knowing that it was never meant to be a child of prophecy, but the sage itself who was meant to fulfill it. No, Sensei, said Minato. The sage said that. I know what he said. I just wish that the people, these foolish bastards, and the others who are going to suffer, they would have known better. While this was going on in Konoha, we go back to words. Hagoromo Otsutsuki, who has arrived at Amegakure, in front of the Akatsuki. I want you all to stand down. What you are doing is not the liberation of this world, but the destruction of it. The Moon Eye plan is to free my mother and break the seal that me and my brother placed on her. As everyone was frozen because this was the sage of the sixth path, Nagato could confirm because he too possessed the Rinnegan. Sage, but the world. My son, if you stand against me, I would have no other choice but to put you down. Because that is what I intend to do. Take away the chakra from this world, the very seed that has grown and sown all the pain around it. As after that, some of the members, the sensible ones like Itachi, Nagato, Konan, and even Toby stood down, while the others, oh, they did not. Leaded by Zetsu, they attacked, only to be wiped out clean, and the husk of the Ten Tails was destroyed. After that threat was neutralized, the villages were visited upon. Iwagakure as a whole was wiped out clean from the face of the earth. They were the arrogant bunch. Kumo, half of it was wiped out. Suna, some of it. Kiri, they had just come out of civil war and they knew losses more than any other. So they cooperated and vowed that they would never wield their chakra for granted and would even establish a peaceful nation. The bandits were wiped out clean. Each and every criminal with chakra, his tyranny ended. And now, the world was in imbalance. There was no crime, there was no dark side, only the bright one. As Hagoromo stood there, watching this, as he heard a voice, "You have caused an imbalance, son. How are you going to come out of the predicament?" "I won't. This was the mess that I caused. I just cleaned up my mess. The world was already a mess before we came here. The civilization, the people, they will adapt and move forward." And with that, Hagoromo left, arriving where his mother resided. "What do you want, mother? Haven't you had enough? I have suffered because of my own choices. But your own grandkids and their generations, their families, you destroyed all of them because of your curse and hatred." "I didn't. You did. It wasn't my will that was doing all the dirty work down there." As Kaguya, whose eyes were still closed, didn't spoke, "I respected you. I loved you. But you turned into a monster, turning from a loving mother into something that I did not even recognize anymore. I have taken back the chakra, but I will not consume it and become the second you. And Hagoromo destroyed the chakra fruit that was created from the chakra he took. Leave that world alone. It has suffered enough. As Hagoromo did something even more drastic. He freed Kaguya. Why? No point keeping you here. Besides, I'm already dead. So is Homura. So is our kids and their kids. Our whole legacy is dead. You're all alone, mother. All alone. Wait, Hagoromo. But Hagoromo didn't stop. He vanished. And that is when Kaguya realized one thing. She alone destroyed her own legacy. Her own children. And their children. And that is when Kaguya trembled and fell down to the ground, clutching her head, weeping and screaming. But there was no one there to hear her, because she just realized the mistake she made in her fit of rage. As for Naruto, he was thankful. He did not knew why the sage arrived. He did not knew what he did for this kind of treatment, but he was glad. Glad and happy that he was with his parents, with his family, and now they were all together and safe. While the other elemental nation, they begin to stabilize. The gap that was left, it began to soon fill. People no longer wanted fights, no longer wanted wars. Instead, they wanted peace. And because of that, more bonds were created. What Hagoromo dreamed of was achieved, not with chakra, but without it. Because the new era was about to begin, all over again. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my Meta channel as well, and stay tuned for a story there, as this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.